Welcome back to Dicey Shores, where RPG dice determine my path to progressing through brighter shores. For a full explanation of the rules, they are in the description, and they are kind of not set completely in stone as we learn a little bit more about the ins and the outs of the game, as things are added in early access, etc. But where we last left off, I had a hell of a blunder, which led me down the path of having to farm silver, well, copper, sometimes silver, from each of these old trunks in this room. I did this off camera. I ended up getting to the 13 silver that we needed for the secateurs. That being said, something did happen, and if I was recording, obviously I would have pointed this out, but I got two drops that were not simply cash. I got an alchemy ingredient that I left on the ground, didn't pick it up, because as you know, if you've been following along, we are only allowed to gather the materials for training skills from other skills. We can't buy them, we can't farm them from chests or anything. And then the other thing was a weapon, which I did end up selling because it just, again, it wouldn't be fair to hang on to something like that. But in selling it, I was able to advance quicker toward my goal of 13 silver. In retrospect, I guess I could have sold the alchemy ingredient, but hey-ho, we're here. So here I am, ready to get back to my current grind, which is the forager skill. And we got locked out of buying the secateurs, which led us down the whole rabbit hole. Actually, I guess this is probably a good time to sort of show where we are at. Currently, we're sitting at 7 combat and 7 in Hopeport for a total level of 14, which is very nice. And so pretty much as soon as we hit the requirements for the level up quest, that'll light up on our spreadsheet and we'll be able to achieve our next goal. But for now, we will just head on down to the foraging warehouse and grab the long awaited secateurs. I suppose I could have started walking while I was talking. But similar to somebody that can't walk and chew gum at the same time, I guess Roland is equally a little bit stuck on multitasking. So, wall plants will be nice because we are closer to the alchemy bank than we were with the kelp. There we are. The secateurs. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. Amazing. So let's go clip some plants. So it'll be nice. We'll be able to bank the ingredients quicker. And we are only going for 3, and so geez, I said it last time, and I'll say it again. I always forget about that initial XP drop. So we hit it. Amazing. So great. I'm going to pet this cat, and I'm going to bring up the dice cam. I did opt to select a die that would hopefully appear on camera a little bit better than the last one I used. As much as I love this set, it's a little bit hard to see on the camera, so let's go. Okay, that is a 10. 0 on the D10 is a 10, and so that takes us to the apothecary. So let's head on over, which is perfect because I want to drop off these plants. And while I stroll over there, I am going to go look up what amount of potions we will need to hit the next level. I'm going to try and get into the habit of doing that. So I will be right back. Okay, so a little bit of quick calculation tells me that it's going to be 5 potions. It's more like 4, but we won't quite get there with 4. So yeah, I just think it's, wow, look at all these golden rabbits in here. Since the last time I recorded, the Easter event started, so that's really cool. I think, oh, did the eggs not spawn until I talked to the guy? I think I'm going to, I don't know, I might at least do the Hopeport one on Roland, but progress is going to be so slow on this character that I'm not totally bothered with him not having the transmogs. I have 3 of the 4 on my main. I just need Chronopolis. But yeah, really cool little event thing. There was something that I had thought of last time, or when I was watching the last videos, which I should say, I haven't played this account in like 16 days, which is why suddenly we're smack in the middle of the Easter event. Oh, we did actually get to, well, are the experience rates different? I don't know. Maybe I did my math wrong. That's entirely possible. So technically we have 1 more potion than we should. Don't know what happened there. But we will, oh no, actually, let's equip these for the time being. Cool. So, yeah, it's been a little bit since I played this account. I kind of got into it a little last time, but big perfectionist, was very anxious about turning on the camera and sort of procrastinated the whole idea, even though I was super excited to play the account. But I am very glad that I did it. I just uploaded the first episode. Oh, 0. We are gonna stay here in the apothecary, I guess. Okay. Cool. So we did just unlock the level 2 25% healing potion. So we're gonna get a pretty fat XP drop. I do remember this time. And we're gonna get to use the, oh gosh, we've only collected 3 wall plants so far, so we'll see how far this gets us. But yeah, ultimately, you know, video's pretty fresh up. It's only been about like 24 hours. Got some decent views, some decent support. So really happy that people checked it out. Super appreciative. And as I was thinking about the account while I was editing, it did occur to me that enchanting is a thing that you can do with tools. And I don't know how to handle that with this account. Wow. We only have 1 kelp left, and this actually is going to be perfect. I mean, we are going to need more the next time we roll on alchemy, but that worked out quite nicely. So, got another alchemist level. Hell yeah. I'll go log that in the spreadsheet, and we'll roll again. So yeah, I was toying with the idea. That is a 2, so we're going back to combat. Nice. I was toying with the idea of, of kind of requiring, once we hit certain total level milestones, rolling on a tool to enchant. Of course, enchanting gets expensive really quickly, so we are going to end up in a similar situation as we did with the secateurs, where there might be a little bit of grinding money. I just want to unlock the other thief location. I just can't remember where they are. I think they're over here or down there. I can't remember. No, this is eels, or pufferfish rather. So yeah, they're down here. Yeah, I don't know how to handle enchanting. Like, the tool upgrades, we obviously need them for the gallery card. That's easy enough to determine. Obviously, like, similar to these, These all have gallery cards for every tool upgrade. I think, like, for instance, when you get the level 3, level 2, all those. But things like enchantments don't. So, you know, if folks have any ideas on how to handle enchantments on this account, do we ignore them? Do we find yet another thing to roll on? Like, I don't mind grinding the money off camera if we decide that we want to do. Here I am setting up range, and I don't even have range yet. I don't know. Let me know what you think. I just learned the other day that health regen after these fights is not a permanent feature, and that is in fact going away, and we are gonna need to start. Oh, I got a helmet. I didn't realize I didn't have any armor. Oh no, I do have a torso, shield, and feet, but hell yeah, we are getting gear. Yeah, I didn't realize. So that might, health potions might be a big challenge for this account, depending on the amount of times we roll combat versus get health potions. So it may make combat grinds slow down pretty significantly, but we'll see. That's kind of like the joy of this account, isn't it? Level 8 combat. So we're 1 away from the goblins. I am gonna go over here so I don't get hit when my immunity runs out. And we're gonna roll again. Okay, a 9. We are back to Alchemist, which leads us into our first issue of we need more kelp, I believe. I believe this is kelp and wall plant. So we currently don't have any kelp, and we currently have, I want to say, like 1 wall plant in the bank. So I'm gonna do a little bit of calculation and work out what we need to buy, so that I don't break my rule set. Or no, I'm sorry, not buy. So that's, I'm glad I misspoke, because I think I corrected myself in episode 1, but I did misspeak the first time I brought this up in episode 1. I don't want to buy materials from shops unless there is literally no other way around it. And what I mean by that is ingredients for chef, really. If I run out of materials during a grind, or I just don't have any available, like right now, I am going to go farm this using the forager skill, only to the point where I have enough to complete the level. So hopefully I won't get too many levels outside of grinds. It may happen here and there. But yeah, not buying ingredients. Okay, so this time we need 5 for real. And I realized what I did wrong last time when I accidentally made 1 too many of the potions. I was looking at the experience for the 25% potion and not the... And this is editing, Rob. My audio sounded super robotic for the next like 3 minutes of recording. I don't know if it was like a corruption or a cable was loose or what, but all we were really talking about was forager loops. I'm currently grinding forager on my main account, just leveling up using KP on other skills. And I shouted out the video by Valerie X, who is another creator here on YouTube. They have a level 1 to 500 forager guide that I've been following along with. Super cozy. I think you should check them out. Check all of their videos out. We did get level 4 forager here off grind, just getting ingredients for the next alchemy level. And yeah, we picked the conversation back up talking about how cool it is that the community is theory crafting and collaborating. So past Rob, take it away. Valerie, at the time that the guide was made, wasn't 500, but like the guide does go to 500 because different community members like collaborated and talked about you know, like really tested out the efficiency of certain loops and I don't know. It's just super rad to see such a game with a small community like this. Oh my god, dude, I failed my bottle check. Completely ran out of bottles. Rookie mistake. Oh, because I bought 10 last time, and I'm gonna buy 10 again because I'm still broke as a joke. Yeah, it's just really nice to see the community come together, because this game is so young and the player base is pretty small. But you know, despite all the criticisms that folks may have about the game, which, you know, some are very valid, I think there is something really special about this game. And I'm happy to be a part of it. I'm happy to be a part of the community. And look, I did my math correctly. Oh my god. Dude, I graduated Brighter Shores Math School. Look at me go. And now we can make our first experience potion. So that's actually really great, because those are going to speed up grinds. I think I'll probably save them for really long grinds, because I don't want to cheat myself out of early game ingredients. Okay, a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Back to chef. So we're currently on jellied eels, and despite the fact that I accidentally bought eels, I promptly sold them back last time. We are going to need to go get more eels. So I'm gonna take a look at, well, actually, I don't really know how many I'm gonna need because of that experience drop. And I'm sure there's a way to figure out what that experience drop is going to end up being. But I simply don't want to do that. I'm just gonna wing it. If I had to guess, I probably need 3 eels. That seems to be the trend with the level 2 skills. But, oh, and I also need jelly from our boy Kevin. We are legally allowed to use this shop. I am not cheating, I promise. But at the very least, nope, not the alchemist. At the very least, I will make a little bit of money doing this, I believe. So, if I remember right, we boil the pot and then we use the icebox. Look at us go. Alright, there's the jelly eel. So, now I can actually calculate out how much experience I am going to need to do this. Okay, I was very close. It was not 3 total. It's actually going to end up being 4. So I just need 3 more, counting the, like, in addition to the one that I just did. So, not too shabby. But yeah, I am very much enjoying this grind already. I know we're barely into it. We are just starting to have to pause what we're talking about in order to go. Oh, that freaked me out. I was like, oh no, what did I do? But I literally had to do that. I need the ingredients. Don't hate me, dice gods. What am I looking for? Sorry, I'm fiddling around off camera so that I can track that level that I just got. Now we will buy very carefully 3 more of those. I swear every time I go into a shop ever since last episode, it is like I just stop what I'm doing. I don't look anywhere else. I just stare very hard at the interface and I make absolute certain that I am clicking the correct thing. What a blunder. What an absolute blunder. But yeah, I am already enjoying this. It's going about as well as I had hoped. We are kind of getting lucky in certain regards and having to go off grind a little bit here and there, but that's okay. It's still totally within what I had hoped for. And oh my god, the sweet, sweet silver. Look at us. We are making all of our money back. Oh, I've had the dice cam open that whole time. Whoops. I'm a professional. Okay, 2. Back to combat for us. So that is... Oh, so this will be our last time fighting thieves. That's great. Oh, and I didn't discover the crows in the other... I need to do that on my way. That seems silly. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep the 15% on and hold on to the 25% for scarier grinds. Either scarier grinds or like a quest boss potentially if I get there anytime soon. Before I have like better potions. Actually, I don't know when I'll have better potions, to be fair. I haven't really looked too hard into that. Will I ever get to a point where I have a better potion than that? No, I'll be soft locked out of alchemy before that happens. So yeah, 25% potions are going to be our best. That's actually, wait, this is actually horrible. with the potion regen changes coming. Oh no. Whoa, a rare, nice. Even though I have an epic two-hander, so I'm not actually using my shield, that means I can sell this old shield to the quartermaster. So again, some passive income there. But yeah, I am very curious to see what health regen looks like. Will we just not have any health regen, or will it just be gradual when you're out of combat? The prospect of this kind of terrifies me, but again, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I did say in the outset of this series that because of the early access nature of the game, there are almost certainly going to be times where we have to pivot on our own rule set. And that's fine. That's gonna happen. Okay, and that is... Whoops, I didn't mean to interrupt that. Yeah, I'll hang on to that. That is level 9 combat, and that's the level that we need for the goblin looters. So I'm gonna just rearrange pieces of the inventory here. I'm gonna hang on to that guy, and I'm gonna sell these two. Actually, why don't I just drop that off now before I inevitably screw that up. So hang on to those, and let's see what we're doing next. Okay, back to Alchemist. We are racing toward that soft lock. So we actually definitely, like, certainly don't have the ingredients for this. We might have, if that uses one of the shells, we might have one of the shells. But let's find out, because this is another thing that I thought of, and we'll see what the book of potions here tells us. So we have to be level 4 forager for that ingredient, which we are. And then we have to be level 6 forager for that ingredient, which we are not. In my opinion, I don't think I should be able to grind up to the next ingredient. I think I should just not be able to roll on alchemy for the time being. I'm okay with getting levels off grind if I'm collecting an ingredient that I already have the level to do. I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do our first pivot bit here. I'm going to reach into my big bag of dice and accidentally take a screenshot of the screen. So hopefully that didn't screw up the capture. Oh god, there's so many dice on my desk now. Oh no. Oh! Okay, well, there's a critical mass of dice. figure that out later. So we are actually going to put this guy on pause, and currently we're going to switch to a D8, this guy, because I only want to roll against 4 of the skills, until the point that I can roll, or that I have level 6 again on, I have level 6 forager so that I can do alchemy again. Let me double check my rules here. A profession is only added to the table when the current skilling goals, method, and any required materials are available. So currently, the required materials are not available. I've answered my own thing. Thanks, past Rob, for writing rules that make sense. So that's a 5. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is Fisher. So we're going back to Fisher. Hell yeah. What are we fishing for? What's happening? What do we got? Eels? Perfect. We've got some chefing to do in the near future, so that will be perfect. Well, probably in the near future. So yeah, that's exciting. A little bit of... I'm happy that the dice, like, results table has already had to change. We're starting to see kind of like the little bits of versatility that these rules kind of have to have, or that this game mode, I guess, has to have. There's not going to be crazy high stakes moments, I don't think, unless we get to some like insane combat grinds that are way out of reach for us, or something. Like we end up fighting a quest boss and we just don't have the level. I don't know. There's not a ton, not that it's unexciting, but there's not a ton of like high stakes moments that I think can happen. So this sort of offers a little bit of that, where it's like, oh, okay, we have to, or not offers that, but like, oh, we have to pivot. Like this isn't as static as just I roll a d10, I skill. Don't get me wrong, a majority of the time that's exactly what's happening. Ooh, and we can pufferfish now. It's exciting. So what are pufferfish used for? Are they an ingredient? Actually don't know. I'm just, ever since the flounder revelation, I'm stoked at any opportunity I can to just sell something and not have to think about it. But we'll see. So I am going to, oh, the kitchen's always packed. I love it here. It's so cozy. I am going to call this episode here, but I will be back very soon to roll on the D8 again. So thanks so much for hanging out with me, and yeah, have a good one.